gonna mute my mic. Good luck, have fun, everyone.
All right, everyone. Thank you for your patience, and welcome to the second race today for the Fatal Blowout Ancient Cave Tournament. Just a reminder to anybody is if you want to check out how the points work, you can type !points in the chat, which will bring up a page for you to look at. I'm not going to go over them all again because there's quite a few. I just want to get this next race started. So if the racers are ready, I'm going to go ahead and give them a 5-second countdown. So racers, ready? And we're going to start in 5, 4, 3. Maybe I should, I don't know, bring up the race page first. How about that, guys? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, and I'm more than happy to hand over the commentary to Bamboo Shadow, who just got the spot in the wildcard race, and Voodoofs. So guys, take it away. What is happening? All right, sorry guys. Slight technical difficulty. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, can you hear me? I hope so. We're gonna try this again. I apologize. All right, guys, if you can hear me now, hopefully you can. We're gonna go ahead and start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, hold on. Mike is restarting his game. I apologize, everybody.
Ghost input that started my seed. Let me get back.
All right, sorry guys. Reset for me one more time. We'll try this one last time. It's like we've never done this before. All right. We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It wouldn't be an Ancient Cave tournament without just a disaster of technical issues, mostly my fault. So I apologize for that. But, all right, guys. I'm going to hand this over to Bamboo Shadow once again, and Voodoofs. Guys, take it away, please.
Round 2. I'm Bamboo. Oh, we're already running. So. Yeah. And yeah, I'm very glad to do the commentary after this first race. It was really entertaining.
It's definitely a great first round.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm totally stoked to see this like de-randomized race going on right now, since this is actually the first time I'm watching a de-randomized race. And you know, last years we always had different seats for every runner. This is basically the nature of the Ancient Cave, that you got like a fully randomized floors, and of course they will be different for all the runners. So this year, thanks to Real Critical, we're having a option to modify the game ROM to actually have equal floor and chest distribution. And I guess the enemies are also the same. What won't be the same is, of course, like how the enemy fights behave and stuff like that. So small things are still like different between the runners. But of course, it's way more equal and way more comparable than the years we did before. So just a quick heads up for the people that are just like maybe now joining in and didn't see the first round 2 hours ago.
So who you got for a favorite for this fight? For this race, rather.
I think like of course we got like very experienced players with Mike and Meats. Those guys have been around for years within the Ancient Cave community and also really active runners and streamers. Both gotten really good times for the main category for the Ancient Cave. So, but I think Mike is a little more active. Meats has been a little inactive lately. So my money is on Mike.
I know Sinister Rain has definitely been running a couple of de-randomized seats, getting ready for preparation of this tournament. I don't know too much about Calieres, but this is Ancient Cave. Anybody can win this fight.
Absolutely. And I guess Kali is a friend of Teravic Talks, if I recall correctly. Please correct me in chat if I'm getting that wrong. And he is also a rather newer runner. I don't know what his PB is. But yeah, like anything can happen, you know, like it's a race and it's 2 hours long, and really to play 2 hours fully focused, it's not too easy. Speaking for myself here, doing this like the race before, can easily do like one sloppy movement and get like back attacked by some ninjas or some stuff happening. So, you know, things can happen, and really excited to see how these 4 runners are gonna prepare. We got in the bottom left Sinister, if I recall correctly, right?
Yep.
Going with the standard party, except swapping out Guy for Salin, which is, I guess, a somewhat good of choice. You know, you can have 2 hours of a race, you can level enough, so even Salin, you know, isn't too weak in the end.
We got Calieres up top on the top left fighting Mimics right now with the standard 80% party.
I guess it's like for experience, I guess, because he found Thunder, so maybe some XP farming right there.
It's not a bad choice. Let's see. Oh, they're blocking the door to the stairs. All right. So we'll be coming up on chords in second. Calieres. Still opening, trying to find something useful.
Yeah, and maybe also for those who are just tuning in, so we're playing Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals, the so-called gift mode, which only takes place in the Ancient Cave, which is like a side quest of the story mode. And if you play through the game twice, you actually unlock this gift mode, which lets you play the cave only. And you may choose your party members. Whatever party member you choose, you may actually get some bonus points if you like opt for the weaker characters, like for example Sinister did. Or if you actually want to go through the cave with only 3 characters, that's also an option. Also totally viable, makes it way more risky, of course. But yeah, those are like things where you can, right from the top, save some points. And you will see points are being counted by a tracker. I guess Michi is tracking again, so shout out to Mitch for doing the points tracking on the fly for us today. And yeah, those are like some things we can do to get some extra points right off the bat. And also, we're seeing on Meat's party, he did get rid of Guy to get Tia with the party, which is also a really good choice. I'm a big fan of the deadly weapons, and Tia is also a very quick character who can also wield a deadly weapon. So we might be seeing some double deadly action on Meats while we're going through the cave. Let's hope they will find some proper deadly weapons for Artie and for Tia, because those weapons actually can one-shot almost all of the enemies with a single strike with an 80% chance. So that's pretty helpful the lower you get down into the cave, to be able to get rid of the really strong enemies on the lower floors. Some enemies are invincible to the deadly weapons like the undead enemies, but those are like very few.
Did you see Mike's party? He's running a 3-man with Deckard, Guy, and Max. That's
Yeah,
a
I
little
mean,
scary for me.
yeah, totally. I also wouldn't do that, but I mean, if we're looking at the points here, let me really quickly get that up. If you only use 3 characters, you can actually get 15 points right off the bat.
I'm just worried about the agility on that. That could be scarier later on. Right now,
Oh,
it'll be
yeah.
fine, but yeah.
I guess it's pretty much the only option you want to take, though, if you go through the cave with only 3
3-man for
characters.
points.
I mean, Maxim, you cannot get rid of Maxim. He always has to be within the
Yes.
party. At least, like with, there are also modifications which of the ROMs, which where you can get rid of Maxim. But in this setting, you have to have Maxim and choose the other 3, or in this case, 2 characters freely. But yeah, really excited to see all of our runners going for different setups here with the characters.
Yeah, this would be interesting, man. We got cores all over the place. So see if we get some EXP for Mike here.
Yeah, Caldy doing some interesting stuff there. I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I think Kylie might have passed cores up and it's everybody on 1. Just wants to restart, maybe?
Yeah, I think he wants to restart in some way. I don't know if he has a feeling that he missed like some stuff. Or I don't know what's intended with that. You don't get any extra points for suiciding. At least suiciding within the cave. You may suicide at the jelly if you're sure that you're not able to kill the final boss of the cave, the jelly. But aside from that, not much reason to intentionally suicide.
So I've seen 2 Gustos, a Fumi, and a Darby capsule monsters. So
yeah, Darby for Mike. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Mike not taking Artie. That's very... sorry, I thought he was like having Decker, Artie, Maxim. Okay, no, he didn't. He took Guy over Artie. That's a really interesting strat right there.
I worry about Archfiends later on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, even with having a tanky Decker and a tanky Guy, like, for example, in the last run, I had Dark Mirror and Myrick played for Decker, so he was really, really tanky. But if they are, like, casting Double Thunder, you get smashed anyway.
Oh, yeah, like, for some insight for anyone watching, there was a room where everyone had to, because it's a de-randomized seed, so everyone gets the same layout, basically. I think it was floor 69. Everybody had to get past an Archie Leech combo, and that was scary.
Yeah, I guess it was a little later, but yeah, it was a pain in the butt because my deadlies didn't hit at all there.
And you definitely want to have some good agility for that, at least to have a chance to get out.
Yeah, I was very lucky in the last run. I got double Twist Jewel and the Silver Eye, so like it never hurts to farm some enemies like the Brinz Lizards, for example. Those are the ones we're gonna see later. Oh, the small movement error there on Mike's side, but luckily didn't get punished for it. So yeah, boosting agility, very important. That way you can run away from a lot of encounters and don't even have to mess with the bad guys. Exactly, RC. They're dropping the best items.
Not seeing too many. Not only there's too many blue chests. A Curse Lifter for Mike.
That's very good. Yeah, like I think we didn't have any curse lifters in the last seed. At least I didn't see anyone get one. But I mean, I don't know what Mike is gonna do there without Artie or Tia or Cellen. His only hope for a deadly choice may be Maxim here with a deadly sword, which is not unlikely to find. Like, you often find a deadly sword, like the right deadly sword. There are actually two kinds of deadly swords. One is a fake one, which is like just giving you bad stats, and the other one is the quote unquote normal deadly weapon, which lets you which gives your character the 80% one-shot chance for an attack.
And that looks like that's Meats there, picking up 2 red cores. Picked up 1 a fight before, and then this one.
Oh dear, like in the last seed I was sure they nerfed like the cores, because I surely fought like 10 cores and all of them were running away all the time. So that's something that may happen. Also Mike finding strong. Really good to have that right from the start.
Absolutely.
Gives you really good really much more durability for your run throughout the cave. And it's also a fairly cheap spell, so you can easily like only heal partially without wasting too many MP. So that's always good to have a strong right from the start.
Calier is picking up those cores. I'm wondering if that's why Calier is personally self-destructed over there to come back, pick up these cores, get the level right.
Probably, yeah. That might be actually a decent reason to do that.
Yes, the runners are all running the same seed. It's a de-randomized version of Ancient Cave. So they should all get the same floors, same treasure chest, same enemies. But after that, the enemy drops, the enemy attacks in combat, that'll all be random. Well, according to what they can do.
Mike getting some extra 20 points here with unveiling and immediately running into those stupid mushrooms, but luckily he's faster. How about that? Yeah, to get some 20 extra points if he actually unveils a healing tile and not using any healing tiles throughout his complete cave attempt anymore, then he will get those 20 points extra. And yeah, quite a risky strat considering he's having only 3 characters in the first place. But, well, those healing tiles, they aren't appearing that often. So I guess it's a good choice to farm those 20 extra points.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like you might want to take it. You might want to you just need it at that time. It's hard to put off all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was actually not going for it. I was like, okay, even if I go for it, I might forget it later and then run over some healing tile anyway. Or the worst, you get like a 2-tile hallway on a 90 floor filled with dragons, and you have to walk over it anyway. You know, some stuff like that. I was like, dude, screw those 20 points. I'm not getting that. So, yeah, this is the so-called gift mode for Lufia 2, where we only play the Ancient Cave and where we may choose our characters. And it's actually a modification of that game, where we de-randomized the game in a way that all players will actually get the same floors, the same floor layout, same enemies, same chests. So, this is actually the first time we're using that for a Fatal Blowout tournament, which is actually taking place for like the already 6th time or something like that. Maybe some cave old schoolers can correct me here, but I guess we're doing this tournament for quite a few years by now. And shoutouts to Shadow Killer and RPG Limit Break, and also to Meats, who did that like I guess last year. So shoutouts to the cave fellas who always make this happen every year. It's a really a blast to be able to do this and also to stream this over RPG Limit Break.
Yeah, definitely thank all y'all. And Calieris just picked up the Curse Lifter. So it's Curse Lifter for Calieris.
Also another one for Meats, I guess. I guess that's like 2 now. I still feel the chest distribution is a little unequal. I want to say
it did seem like that.
Shoutouts to RC. who actually did that, who actually programmed the de-randomizer script. I'm just gonna call it a script now. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Actually, because of RC, we're actually able to do to play the Ancient Cave in a more competitive and a more comparable way than the last years. Both is fun, but and like the last years where like the cave was completely random between every player, still eventually the sort of best players did win, which also is like it's like the thing with playing poker, for example. Even if you get really bad cards, but you're a good player, you still might win, and that's the same with the cave. But this year we got a little more equality between the runners, which is very interesting to see how they will manage, like for example, difficult situations throughout their cave run.
Yeah, it's absolutely interesting because you may end up noticing that some runners have a different, I guess the right word would be style for running the cave, to where when everyone's running a different seed, you wouldn't really notice it as much.
Good movement calculation by Corley here, like lurking away those skeletons and the other guys to get through there without any encounters. Also, for those who are not that familiar with the cave, movement is actually a really big part of playing the Ancient Cave. Of course, knowing all the items and knowing which enemy will spawn, knowing which items you have to pick up, like mostly knowledge. You need some base knowledge about the game, that's for sure, but also what's really important is the execution part, which is quite heavy considering this is like only quote-unquote an RPG, but knowing how the enemies behave, how their movement patterns are, is really important.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's almost like a game of chess that you're playing with the monsters. Once you figure out what they can do as movement versus what you can do to avoid them for movement.
Absolutely, like with also with a component where you can like take your time to analyze a difficult situation, but then maybe you'll have to speed up again if you realize that you're bleeding time, because you see the clock is ticking there. Our runners will be having 2 hours to get down to the final boss, the Jelly. And for those of you who are newer with the game, the final boss, the so-called Jelly, is a giant red blob. He has almost 10,000 HP, and we only have 3 turns to defeat him. So we'll need to pick our final items for that fight carefully, so we're actually able to deplete all those 10,000 HP within 3 turns only. So that's that's quite some stuff you got to do there. And you'll need the correct items to actually kill the Jelly eventually. So maybe we might not see any Jelly kills at all. Well, it's going to be very interesting. And in that case, of course, you will miss out a couple of points because you get a bunch of extra points for killing a Jelly. But maybe you will pick up enough points throughout your cave run, do enough optional quests and so on.
It looks like Mike's a little out in front right now on floor 22, about to be on 23. Looks like everybody else is taking their time, making sure they're getting everything they can get, so they're as prepared as possible for what's coming.
Yeah, especially starting with floor 15, we got like the sort of most important item everyone needs. I guess we don't have any non-Decker runner. All of the runners have Decker, which is like a really strong fighting character in the game. And you can also wield the Decker Blade, which halves the HP of the final Jelly with his attack, which is called Fatal Blow. That's also where we got the name with a Fatal Blowout from. And you will need Decker with a Decker Blade to do that Fatal Blow attack on the final Jelly, because that largely increases your chances to kill the Jelly. Also really interesting to see Fumi on Meat's character deck. And it's usually a capsule monster you see quite rarely. I guess he got like 5 extra points for that, if I recall correctly. He's not very useful, but it's the first capsule monster you get in the story mode, so it's why most of us are familiar with it.
Who would you prefer though, Fumi or Gusto?
Oh boy, I guess Gusto because it gives more points. And in case you were wondering, you saw Carly on the top left there running against the wall for some while. That's actually movement manipulation. You often may see our runners moving against the wall or slashing or doing like some weird movement stuff, and you will notice that most of the time that's actually to manipulate the enemies in the overworld screens so they can dodge encounters.
So was that Cully's second bolt? That's
Yeah, like the spells seem to appear quite often, like like in the normal ancient cave mode. I guess you cannot pick them up twice unless they're like distributed on the same floor.
yeah.
But for the de-randomized version, we have to do some adjustments to make it work. And for that reason, for example, there are no iris items. There's no providence. And I guess that's it, right?
Yeah. Because Providence would allow you to get out of the cave, and that's disabled for this year.
Yeah, and the main reason is also because the current version of the de-randomizer gets a little bit janky if you like the floor generation gets janky if there's like a Providence in the mix, because the Providence has a weird weird property on how it appears throughout floors. So you may direct message Real Critical on Discord and ask him about the technical details. But yeah, like it's some adjustments are being made to actually make this de-randomized version work.
Well, I'll have to do that then. I'm hoping we don't see any broken floors. That's something that can happen every once in a while.
Oh yeah, like that would be very interesting to see a broken floor in a de-randomized seed on Fatal Blowout. Well, chances would be quite low to that happening.
Yeah, they invent the seeds, right?
Yeah, like I guess I don't know how much like evaluation of the seats did happen before the races did start, but I guess the seats have been like somewhat checked if they are like not too trolly, you know, because let's say if you got like a floor 30 a party room, like we call a party room where we have like, I don't know, 10 enemies and 5 chests squeezed into a tiny room. That's what we call party rooms. We didn't see any of those so far. Maybe we'll see some of them later. But yeah, if you get like a party room with blue mimics all in front of a door, and behind that door there's a chest, it's pretty much GG for all the runners. So we only will be seeing 2 hours of the first 30 floors, and the runners trying to get as much points as possible. So I guess they made sure that isn't like happening. But yeah, the chances are really low for that happening. But yeah, so far, not too much difficult stuff happening. We had some cores. We had like good items for the runners. We got some thunder, like a strong spell. We got some deadly sword pickups. We have strong, I guess. I don't know if every runner found strong, like the weakest healing spell, which can be used often if you're outside of a battle and doesn't cost much MP. So that's really helpful to have throughout the cave.
I think Mike went for an early Cancer Rock in this fight. There was a crab in that fight that has a chance to drop a Cancer Rock.
Oh yeah, not only you will get extra points for that pickup, but you also increase your chances on the jelly kill. Extremely important for him because he has Guy within his party.
Looks like Sinister Reign's doing the same thing, just different fight.
Oh, but those are like the early cancers. I don't think they can even drop the Cancer Rock. I think it's a very decreased chance for them to drop. I think it's only the so-called Garbosts.
Yeah, the Garbosts have definitely the best chance for it.
That's also some knowledge you gotta have when you speedrun the cave. Which enemy is dropping which item and so on. Because some enemies are actually dropping quite valuable items, and valuable A, because they increase your chances for the jelly kill, and B, because they add points to your point counter for the fatal blowout. Got some Berserk Blade on Mike. Immediately doing the right thing and going into the capsule monster feed screen and feeding it to his capsule.
Oh yeah, the worst thing to do is I accidentally equipped it and auto-equipped.
And he also did the same thing I did before in my run. He also is like looking to feed some other items. He's opting for a quick Darby level 2 here, it seems. But I guess he realized that he doesn't have like enough stuff to feed him to reach level 2. So maybe he will... Oh, no, he's doing it? Okay. So, for those who are a little unfamiliar with Lufia 2 or Lufia 2 Ancient Cave, your capsule monster, you can actually eat the stuff you found. And better stuff, like the more valuable stuff, that will increase that 32 tile bar. I'm just calling it like that. That will increase that tile bar a little more. And once you filled up the bar, the capsule will go to the next level, and it will get stronger. I don't know if Darby 2 has like any shenanigans. I know I did, like, I had Sully in my last run, and that capsule monster has like a pretty cool ability which is called Perish Punch, which can one-shot enemies quite rarely, but it's happening quite rarely, but if it happens, you know, you got like a free extra kill with the capsule monster.
Yeah, I think that's Darby 3 that has that. I'm sure I'll be corrected in chat if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but you know, it doesn't hurt to level up your capsule monster if you're getting Darby anyway, you know, you wanna level him up one way or another, sooner or later. As long as he's not like feeding away any items that he may use later. But he's making sure he's like taking his time here. I hope he's also feeding the Berserk Blade eventually. He's okay. He was wait.
Rock.
Yeah, good call there.
And we also have Sinister Rain feeding Gusto. Is Caliero's going for the Flame Jewel off these hounds?
Yeah, interesting move there by Kali. Getting the Flame Jewel is an extra 5 points, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's one of the earliest spots you can actually get that point.
Yeah. Oh, it's extra 10 points actually. One of our quests is called Earth, Wind, or Fire. You'll have to get one of 4 jewels or a Gorgon Rock, and if you get one of those, you get 10 extra points. I didn't even know that those Hellhounds are what they're called, that they can actually drop the Flame Jewel.
I was looking it all up while you guys were running the first round.
Ah, okay. Good thing. Yeah, my preparation for the tournament this year was very sloppy. I looked through the list of the goals like 10 minutes before the race, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, bye. A little sloppy, but you know, was enough for second place. I guess I'm going to the wildcard round. So that's also something about a failed blowout tournament. We got like 2 races today, with 4 players each. Winner goes directly to the finals. Second place goes to the wildcard round. And next week, also on Saturday, same time, we're having 2 more races with 5 people each, 5 runners each. And out of those, the first one will go directly to the finals, and the second place will be dropped into the wildcard round. And the wildcard round and the finals will be happening in 2 weeks from now. Yeah, so if you got free on Saturday evening, or like if you're from the US, during, I don't know what's it called, like supper time, dinner, no, whatever, midday, then yeah, make sure to watch Fatal Blowout. Always fun.
Curious to see if anybody. Ooh, I thought Sinister Rain might have been going for the mimics, but
Oh,
had to
yeah.
cross them.
Did we see Mike already passing by there?
She may have. I may have missed it. Another curse lifter for Calieres.
That's probably the third one you can find in the cave.
Ooh.
Oh, and there was just like, okay, they seem to be on the same floor. We just
Yep.
saw Carly getting into the mimic. He's really been catching up a lot. Oh boy. And also we have Mike there. All on the same floor. How about that? Carly really been catching up a lot. And barely surviving with Guy there. But wait. What's happening? He has like the chest right in front of the door. That's some odd floor he's having there.
There's got to be another way around.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope he's not... Okay, maybe he realized that he can also go some other way. Because I didn't see any of the other runners. Right. Ah, yeah. Now he got it. Now he realized, okay, there's another way. Because it's way easier to only encounter the blue mimic and run away from it, rather than having to defeat all of them. They got like they got a really strong attack called Frenzy, which attacks all party members and deals 100 damage each. So it's it's indeed some fatal blowout if they do that once or twice.
And they may really like that move.
Oh boy, yeah. They ended lots of runs, those blue mimics. So yeah, interesting to see that we got some blue mimic obstacle there. Yeah, I just was thinking that, Michi. Who the hell picked that seat for runners today? Well, you gotta have some obstacles to overcome. Always makes it interesting to see how each runner is handling it. And now Corley also encountering, I guess that should be a blue mimic with 3 mimics in them. Meanwhile, we're having, who's that? Sinister. Having good luck, having good RNG here with a course. Getting a blue one and a red one. That's always a nice experience boost. Those cores, they are very quick and have a 75% chance of escaping. But if you get good RNG, like Sinister did, you can easily kill them with a spell and get lots of XP. You see like the level up screen there, just like, bloom, 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 like that. You got like 3 or 4 level ups with only that encounter. So those cores, all of our runners know which floors contain the so-called cores, and you definitely want to fight them and get that extra experience if you get the good RNG.
Yeah, it's just a can't miss if you see cores on the floor. You almost have to get them. They're so valuable just for the agility you'll get from leveling.
Absolutely, yeah. Something very important, especially on the later floors. You want to have good agility to be able to run away from as much fights as possible. Like, for example, in the last run, like I mentioned, I had like a Twist Jewel, which is like a 30 extra agility on my fastest character, Artie, and that actually made me outspeed Archfiends, a really, really strong enemy. You don't want to mess with him. And let's see how Sinister is handling that situation with a Croak help. Also really strong enemies. Luckily, Artie, faster. There we go. Agility.
And Maxim also has a deadly, so it's double deadlies.
My
Looks like
boy
he's gonna cross
Sinister going for the double deadlies.
Blue cores for Mike.
Also great, yeah. That's something which is not de-randomized. So, one player might get some level boost through the core fights. Some player might not.
Ooh, you gotta go through those Croak helps.
Yeah.
Or at least get past them.
Sinister making quick work of them with the double deadly, so it's definitely an advantage and a thing why I'm so happy with the double deadly strats. And we see Mike getting bashed here, because those guys, they attack twice. And I guess he's opting not to fight them, but he may have to fight the second one, because that other Croak help is now on his back. And yeah, I guess he wasn't able to get away from those with even with good movement. Because those white sprites, like the Croak help, overworld sprite, those are like a little more difficult to handle. and I just hope he will survive that. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Only
And
with
Sinister,
3 characters.
Sinister got a Garboast and a Cancer Rock. That's good
Right off the
points
bat.
right there. Yeah.
That's very good. He may even farm another one. Oh, Mike. He's trying to go there without a fight. I think he knows his chances are very low of going through those enemies, of killing those enemies. So he's opting to sneak around them, and he may have to encounter them 2 times again to get past them. Yeah, that's like 1. Luckily, so far, not getting any killed characters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get the curse of the commentator right there.
Yeah, I was just waiting for it. I jinxed it. And now he doesn't have any MP anymore, so he can't use Restrong anymore. Okay. Luckily, the slash distribution of the Crow Kelps was really good. Yeah, getting there
Yeah,
without
nice.
one player getting killed. Lost a lot of time though. And he absolutely made sure he doesn't have to go back there because of the stairs. So if you get like a situation like the one we had with Mike there, actually absolutely make sure that the stairs are not behind you where you came from, because now he had like 2 Crow Kelps sitting in front of his door waiting to beat him up. So yeah, good. Mike is an experienced player, and he showed us that he can handle difficult situations like those ones.
It looks like it's Caliera's turn to get past him.
Oh, and there's a party room on Sinister Rain.
Oh,
Luckily, he has the double deadly, so if he'll have to encounter any fights. But yeah, he's like, I'm getting that 1 chest and the hell out of here.
Sinister Rain is about to be on floor 42, which we have a point incentive to clear the entire floor. It's like all enemies, all chests, I believe. And the Decker Blade
There
on
we
41.
go. I guess it was about the same for the seat before. It was
Yeah.
also 40-ish. But I
It
guess
was
he's on
42 for
41
those.
now, so
Yeah.
he doesn't need to go for those encounters yet. However, for floor 42, we have an extra. Now he's on 42. There we go. I have
Whoa!
to clear out that room to entirely. Also starting really great with a. Yeah, he's going for the 50-50. Not getting a 50-50. Oop, that's gonna be interesting. He has double deadlies though, so I don't know why he's doing the terrible with Salon. He has the deadlies on Maxim and Artie. Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah.
Luckily, Artie hitting the deadly. Without that, he might be pretty much rip, because he saw that one Hydora attacking. It does so much damage. Salon almost being one shot by the attack of that Hydora. So good RNG there. Saved his butt.
Yeah, that was definitely scary. Calieres comes out with a Cancer Rock.
Good thing. He also caught up pretty
Meats.
quickly. Oh yeah.
Meats just got wiped by those blue mimics.
How about that? I wonder what he did there. But he still has enough time to go through the cave.
Got plenty of time with the de-randomized seed. If you can remember where enough things are.
Yeah. That's interesting. That I wasn't watching Seeds. I wasn't watching Meats. What he did there. He remembered Thunder. Because I didn't think there was a need to fight those mimics. I don't know what he did there. We'll have to watch later. But yeah, a little throwback for Meats there. But yeah, if he's going fast, then definitely he can catch up. We can see points distribution still okay. Mike in the lead, of course, with his party of 3. But you know, with every floor he goes deeper down the cave, it's getting more difficult for him. So we might see him dying too.
But we saw Eve get to a point where Eve was just dominating the 3-man group, and then tragedy struck, and that's the cave. At any point, It's all it takes. One wrong fight. Whether you have to take it or not, tragedy can strike.
Absolutely. And I mean, that can happen to you if you have 4 party members. That can happen to you if you have 3 party members. Doesn't matter, you know. If the cave wants to
Yeah.
see you dead, you're dead. And let's see if Sinister gets some cores here. He could definitely use some levels. Oh no, he's already 22. I'm sorry. Maybe he got some green cores before. One is staying. Oh no, that's a red one, right? Ah boy. No, it's not too helpful. The wolf punch on Mike's screen with the Darby already going for the big show. Let's see if Kali is opening some more chests in here. Okay. Also will be really interesting to see whether Mike and Kali will also get their Decker Blade. You know, I mean, like, that's sort of the most important thing all are going for.
And it's
on
easy
that
to
on
pass
Floor
up.
41. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, with the last seed, I don't know if you guys have been here earlier, but on the first round, we had like a chest right next to the stairs. So, you know, you really had to get past by that chest, and it was really hard to miss, so to speak. So this time it's a little more difficult. So let's see if the other runners that are like oh, what did Kali miss it?
Yes, Kali,
Oh,
Kali
boy.
skipped it.
Not too good. Not too good. He was too excited to go to floor 42 to get those extra points.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about for running this, because you could skip it for points, but like, what are you leaving behind?
Absolutely. I mean, like, nobody, you cannot know that there's a Decker Blade in there, and you have to skip some stuff. You know, you cannot 100% open all chests within 2 hours. It's just like not possible. You can open a lot of chests, but hardly all of them. So he opted to skip some chests, but maybe he will find another Decker Blade. You know, like in the last seed, we also had 2 Decker Blades.
There's always a chance. There was a treasure room last time. We were speaking about treasure rooms a little while ago. There was a treasure room the earlier run where everyone skipped it but one runner, and they picked up an old sword out of it.
Oh, interesting.
So like, do you skip all treasure rooms just because you see the stairs? Do you go for them? It's always a hard decision to make.
Yeah, right.
You could easily lose resources quickly in a treasure room.
Sure, yeah. I mean, like, if you need to level up anyway, it might be beneficial. But, yeah, depending on what enemies you get in that treasure room, you know, depending on how narrow it is to maneuver around the chests, those are all, like, factors which may influence your decision on how many chests you want to open in that treasure room. Kali's gonna be there for a while in that floor 42, really making sure he's getting a way to back attack those Hydoras like he just did there. Well played. Because he's only level 18, he should be afraid before those Hydoras, absolutely. And Sinister Rain having to encounter some ninjas. Bless RNG. Kali making quick work of those Hydoras, while Sinister Rain is getting beat up badly by those damn ninjas. Luckily, he has Decker with his IP attack locked and loaded and making quick work of those ninjas. Good thing he had that. He found the Decker Blade. Good.
He found a Decker Blade, did a little celebration spin.
Oh, he's not getting extra points for the floor 42 extra quest. Sinister Ring going for Prince Lizards. Very good choice. They're dropping a really good item. The Twist Jewel, which gives you like 20 or 30 agility boost. Not only making Artie maybe faster than the fastest enemy, but also increasing your chances to run away with your whole party from a fight by a lot. So That's always good to get a twist jewel. Let's see if he gets good RNG here. Not yet,
Nope.
but he will fight those other Prince Lizards surely, if they're not like running away. They have like the same movement patterns as the bees, so they're like running erratically around the room. Oh, I think he's one-shotting Maxim. I guess he doesn't have like too much level right now. Maybe it's not bad he's like fighting those to get some extra XP. No, he's level 26. That's actually plenty. Interesting that Maxim got beaten to death with a single hit from that Prince Lizard. But yeah, no twist jewel drop so far, so we might be seeing him attempting to kill some more of the Prince Lizards. And they also really got to take care with those red guys there, Sinister Rain, because like those red plants, I'm just gonna call them plants now, they are really strong.
Yeah, they like to hit you a couple of times in a row.
Oh yeah, they beat you to death. Like the first party member they attack, they keep attacking that one until it's dead. They are like really. Oh, that's interesting movement there by Sinister Rain. I don't know. He's somewhat messed up. I hope he's gonna be. Oh yeah, at least he's getting the 50-50 chance. So if you're a side attacking enemies like Sinister Rain just did, you get a 50-50 chance for a back attack. And he got the good RNG, the good roll for the 50-50 back attack there.
Yeah, it was very, very nicely readjusting there.
Yeah, he could have solved it a little differently without getting an encounter. But you know, like in the heat of the moment, always making the right decisions, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks. You got a lot going through your head. You figure, well, right now you got an hour and 10 minutes left. You don't know where anybody else is. You're wondering, do I have enough stuff yet? There's a lot going on.
Right. I just wonder. Oh, Mike, going into that room, being greeted by those ninjas. We had those earlier for was it Kali? No, it was Sinister Rain, I guess.
Yeah. It's really scary to me to be going against ninjas in a 3-man group.
Oh yeah.
No Artie or Tia, at least.
And that's why we see those IP attacks launched by Mike. Just making absolutely sure that those ninjas hopefully will be dead after the end of the round. But let's see how much knife throws we're getting. Oh boy.
What?
Ah, that's not looking good. That's... Ah. Oh boy.
Is it enough?
Oh!
No.
A boy Decker with 29 HP and the IP attack. How about that? Dude, that guy. How about that? That was some strong performance by Decker there. Luckily he had the IP and like it was barely enough damage. I guess those ninjas have like 350 HP. So
That was cutting it close.
oh yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh boy Decker.
I guess he's going for a twist now. I would feel like you'd have to have a twist for this setup. Maxim's just too slow.
Yeah, especially with, I mean, like he has the deadly sword equipped by now, so obviously one of those deadly swords they found earlier, there was a real one in there. I guess they found it before 20, so it must be a real one. So, yeah, of course, Maxim is our deadly hitter in the 3-man party of Mike. And hopefully he got the curse lifter. I guess he found the curse lifter, yeah. So that's actually really, really good. Because the uncursed deadly sword gives us a fractional attack of dealing 1/6 of the sixth. It's very difficult for me to pronounce. Sorry. So 1/6 of the health of the final boss, the Jelly. But he can also, like, if he finds other good weapons for Maxim to fight the Jelly, he can also just like equip them that way. Because what we actually did not mention, for those who are not too familiar with the cave, we're always talking about deadly weapons. One downside of them is that they are actually cursed. And if you don't uncurse them, they are sticky. So you won't get them off your character's weapon slot unless you uncurse them. So definitely beneficial to have a so-called curse lifter, which lets you uncurse the weapon and gives you the ability to equip other stuff. And some of those weapons also do some additional, offer some additional attacks in their uncursed state. So yeah, very beneficial that our runners found some curse lifters in there earlier. The double knife roll for Callie. Ah. Yeah,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's the next step for Callie. So 52 minutes in. I hope he will find the strength to attempt again. Yeah, he's doing it. Never give up. Good call. This, an intentional suicide, and now the death. I mean, like we saw on the other runners, they had only one knife thrower, and now we saw how it is if you get like a double knife thrower in your face. That's how quickly those ninjas can end your run. Very unfortunate. Oh, and Mike getting beat up by those iron golems. Jesus, that's also something you don't want to mess with. Those guys can be pretty strong.
Oh, it's in that room. A little bitty room.
Meanwhile, Sinister Rain fulfilling the Real Critical's favorite quest, the Song of the Sirens. Getting back attacked by the sirens and then escaping from them or something.
Sinister Rain going for a door rock?
Yeah, most likely. Getting free of those annoying green guys.
Oh man.
I don't know what they're called, like Venus Fly or something like that.
I believe that's it. They're like a nuisance when you're trying to get a Hedora rock.
Yeah, you most likely want to have like I mean, it's good to have like only a single Hydora to fight, because it makes the fight easier. But he already has level 28 and has double deadly, so you know, right now he's on a pretty good spot regarding his progress throughout the cave so far. And I want to say also leading regarding his chances of winning with this race. I mean, like Mike is not too far behind. He also has the Decker Blade. I don't know if he found a Cancer Rock. I'm gonna double check in the sheet pretty quickly for Mike. Did he get the Cancer Rock? I don't see a Cancer Rock on Mike. So he will definitely go for that Hydora Rock later, I guess, because he needs some damage boost for Guy.
Yeah, he's gonna need something good.
And I mean, Decker will, of course, wield the Decker Blade on the Jelly. Maxim, hopefully we'll find Silver Sword for Maxim. That would be pretty cool. Maybe also some Trick, I don't know. Or maybe a Myth Blade. I guess that would be a really good combination.
I don't think we've seen one yet.
Yeah, like they're starting to drop on 60. So maybe we'll see Mike opening some more chests starting on floor 60. Because yeah, you'll need the best gear there is for actually finishing the cave with 3 party members only. It can be done, but it's quite a challenge. Meanwhile, we see Meats on the on the piss off floor with the mimic right in front of the door. Let's see how his RNG is gonna be now.
Hopefully it's better.
His level is quite low. I mean, considerably, because it's his second attempt into the cave. Please. Oh, frenzy right into the face. Ah, that's not good. Barely surviving with Decker here. How about that? And also the amount of mimics was different. I guess in the earlier attempts, we always saw that enemy sprite containing 3 blue mimics. Now he had 4 blue mimics. That's even worse, of course. Made it through though, and is able to continue his catch up to the other runners.
Three were on the unavoidable side, chat says. Which
What's
makes sense
that?
because there were two. Chat
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that 3 was on the other side because the way that floor was set up, it was 3 by the door that leads to the stairs, and then
Oh,
there's 4
okay.
at the gap.
I thought it was the other way around. Oh, even though RC is stating that the amount of enemies behind the sprite should be still random. Oh no, sorry, I read it wrong. Sorry. RC, and for those who are just turning in, RC is the guy who actually wrote the script for the de-randomization of the Ancient Cave mode. So sorry to get this straight, RC. So what it should be is that the amount of enemies who are behind the sprite should be consistent with within each player. So we'll see if we have to re-evaluate that. You know, like this is the first year we're using the de-randomized version of the Ancient Cave gift mode. So chances are, of course, that there is like still some janky, some wonky stuff, you know, whatever. But so far, you know, we're in the second race. No really bad stuff happening so far. No soft logs, no crashes, no weird soft log floors. My boy Sinister Rain wielding those double deadlies, making quick work of those green dragons.
Looks like Mike's trying to go to Form 3 Darby.
Oh yeah, a great choice considering he only has 3 characters.
Got Sinister Rain trying to farm up some more cores. Looks like he's going to get a green core here and a red core.
Yeah, and Meats having to go through that awful floor with the double crow kelp in your way.
I had already forgotten about that floor.
Yeah.
Long hallway.
That's the beauty with dying when you're running a de-randomized version. You may remember some stuff which you have to pick up, but you might be also really pissed about the stuff that you have to go through again. And the problem with those crow kelps is, you will see that on the top right screen on Meat's screen, is that they're following you. Once you're getting close to them, you're activating them, and after that they're following you everywhere until you leave the room and until you leave the floor. So we will see him moving very slowly now, very carefully making sure about the steps he's taking, so he will be actually able to survive that screen, because those enemies are really strong. He's only level 10, level 12. That's gonna be very close. Let's hope they are attacking the capsule monster first and foremost. Leaving Decker in the front row. Oh, attacking with art, not running away. Actually, somewhat of a good choice, I think. There we go. Double deadly for Meats. Really good choice considering we have so many curse lifters, and I don't know if he picked up 2 of the curse lifters, but you know, having 2 curse lifters double deadly, that's a pretty good setup, especially if you have to catch up like Meats does because he died earlier. So great play style there, in my opinion. Meanwhile, we see Sinister running into some dragons. I don't think that was like intentional. But you know, those green dragons, they're not too harmful yet. The dragons on the later floors, they can be pretty harmful, but right now they're still not too bad.
Mike picking up Firebird, which Mike can't use.
Yeah. Dude. Didn't think of that. I think it's actually 4 seconds time loss per chest opening. Maybe something between 3 and 4 seconds.
Yeah, I believe it's also like 4 seconds. It's something around there.
And And yeah, so we have max 8 chests max per floor. I think the average should be around 4. So 3.5 seconds per chest, okay. And probably the average, I mean, RC probably has the math and the stats behind this, but I feel like the average floor contains four chests. There can be floors with 8 chests. There can be floors with none of them. And this is really good. Mike picking up Rally. I didn't see if Sinister picked up Rally earlier. Always good to have a revive spell. If you have enough MP, you know, don't underestimate the importance of those like replenish items. I don't know if you call them like that, you know, X Magic, Miracle, what have you.
Restorative, RC says. Restorative. Got 2 people farming Doras, seeing if they can get the Hydora Rock.
Yeah. My boy Mike with the destroy spell here. I don't know why he did that. Doesn't he have like the deadly rod on Maxim anyway? That seemed odd. Odd choice of playstyle here. Also odd because he's not attacking the Sea Hydora. I don't know what he's going for there. Ah, okay, it was that anyway. Okay. But yeah, also those Hydoras are strong enemies, but they are dropping the so-called Hydora Rock, which not only boosts your agility and your attack power, so it's good for those stats, but it also adds some... Oh boy, what is that Darby with a trident attack dealing some damage there? That's really awesome. But yeah, also giving you points for the Fatal Blowout tournament. I guess it's 5 points. And another 10 points. No, sorry, another 5 points if he not only gets the Hydora Rock, but also the Cans Rock and the Gorgon Rock. I don't think... Oh yeah, I think the sheet isn't up to date yet. No. Huh? Didn't they get the Cancer Rock? Okay, I'm a little confused. Sorry, I'll stop talking. But yeah, collecting those items. Extra points for the points counter you see in the middle.
Magic Scale. Sinister Rain there.
Is that beneficial?
No, not really. I mean, it restores MP, and it's pretty good for the jelly for Maxim, but it's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's like an item that I never used. That's why I was curious.
It's got a little niche, but it's not valuable points wise. But it may be fruitful for the jelly.
Yeah, Mitch, I'm sorry about the confusion. I was just like, I thought someone may have picked up a Cancer Rock earlier, but I might be mistaken. I might be very mistaken. You know, it's quite hard to catch up on those 4 screens. And we got Meats on the top right there, having that beautiful floor with the Hydora again. And since it's in the middle of a 2-tile hallway, we'll either have to wait really long until it gets to the right wall, or we get really bad RNG and it will push us to the very left. Or we will take the chance for a 50-50 encounter. Good RNG there for the movement for Meats. Hydora going straight into the corner, giving him the chance to back attack it.
That Hydora.
Toby's getting good RNG. Yeah.
It was way more cooperative than
Oh, yeah.
Sinister.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was actually really good RNG for him there. Ah no, I thought another curse lifter. How about that? But it was Carly being on the beautiful floor with the 2 blue mimics in front of the doors. Let's see if he gets the 4 blue mimic encounter there, and if RC was right with his yeah, 4 blue mimics. How about that? Yeah. He's only level 11, understandably, because he had to re-enter the cave. 1 frenzy. Okay, whew, barely surviving with Guy and Decker. Good thing he didn't get bashed again. Got Mike fighting some cores. 1 green, 1 staying. Not too bad. Oh, and we got a really awful floor for Sinister Rain here. With Salamander, and I guess that other sprite is an Ice Dragon. He may not have... Oh, No, he's fighting the Salamander. I guess fighting the Salamanders in that situation is a good call, because if you got, like, more room around you, then he might be able to dodge the Ice Dragons. And he has level 31 and double deadly, so he will be most likely able to solve that situation with any severe losses.
Yeah, as long as his deadly users don't fall in turn 1.
Oh yeah. There we go, already hitting. Gusto is running away. Mirror with Salon, that's a really interesting strat there. Luckily, Maxim hitting his deadly shot, and he's good to go. Really solid play by Sinister Rain here. Like, not taking any unnecessary chances, just playing it safe with double deadly. Awesome. And being able to back attack those Ice Dragons, also making quick work of them with the double deadlies, I guess. No, he's letting Artie attack with... Oh, okay, he's Firebird. Okay, that's like the safe strat. Because those Ice Dragons they have very few HP, like 550 or so. So with a double Firebird attack, you can also weaken them pretty quickly. I think double deadly attack would have been more effective regarding the MP situation. And Maxim is one-shotting one anyway, so... That was a little sloppy play there, I would say. But yeah, since the Ice Dragon got hit, it's 100% casting stronger. I guess it's like a 100% chance once the Ice Dragons are below a certain HP value that they will cast stronger on the next turn then. And we got like some of those Venus Flies sitting in front of the door. He might not be able to avoid those. Yeah, oh, and 2 of them. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Gonna be interesting to see Mike getting through that later, because yeah, he's a little weaker than Sinister Rain's party. I guess Mike has 1 character less, and of course a little bit of a lower level, I guess. But therefore, even better that he's feeding his Capsule Monster more. He wants to get Darby to level 4. Good to have a strong Capsule Monster when you're only running with 3 characters. Luckily, I guess those Venus Flies are weak to fire, as we saw on Sinister Rain's screen there. So the Firebird spell does a lot of damage.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get any confused deadly users.
Oh yeah, those guys can confuse your party. And we saw Carly getting through the Mimic floor fine. Same for Meats. Yes, Meats is of course a little lower than Carly, because Meats died like at 40 minutes and Carly died at 53-ish minutes, and now he has to go on the top left. We see Carly having to go through that double crow kelp screen again. Luckily his party was faster, so he was able to run away. That's also really interesting. I don't know which items he picked up that he's actually now able to run away. Oh, he's level 18? That's pretty high. That's probably why he's so fast. Sinister Rain being on floor 66 already. Mike not too far behind. Or around on the same floor, I don't know. Let's watch carefully once he enters the next floor. Mike on 60, okay.
Ninjas on meat screen.
Yeah, I don't know if those were necessary. He has level 24, that's good. However, with Tia in the party, he is full health. Should be fine-ish. He can't do any janky stuff. Like, he can't do any funny business here. He has to do a normal encounter with them. He has a double deadly, so if they're not too nasty with the knife throwers, he might be able to use the double deadly with both characters. But yeah, really making sure his party is healed up and everything. Plus RNG on Mike's screen. Yeah, sorry, on Meat's screen.
Oh, no knife throws. That's nice. And then we got Sinister Rain in the bottom left, going against Gold Gorham. Ooh,
Oh, there's
spoke
knife
too soon.
thrower.
I spoke too soon.
Jinxed it. Yeah, fighting those gold gorms is 1/2 of a 20 extra point quest, where you have to at least kill 1 gold gorm and 1 gold dragon. The gold gorms can be pretty easily killed, especially if you have double deadlies like Sinister Rain has. Gold dragons are a little more scary because they can easily wipe out your complete party in just 1 attack, or like in 2 attacks. They're like so strong. They can also just like cast trick 3 times, you never know. But you know, according to some runners, dragons never killed anyone, so let's hope that Sinister Rain will be able to fulfill his gold quest, which is nicely named I Love Gold. Meat's fighting some Prince Lizards because they're dropping really good item. Not for him though. But he may be fighting some more Prince Lizards. Collie already catching up on floor 37, 38. So, you know, 45 minutes left. He still make it to the jelly. No problem there. Still have to be on his toes. Sorry?
Plenty of time left. There's plenty of time left, yeah.
Sure. Oh boy. Some miscalculation there with the mummy. I bet he was thinking that the mummy was going down. So he got the 50-50 back attack. Oh, and the nasty floor on Meat's screen again. With those iron gorms again. He's using that enemy sprite there to navigate those iron gorms out of his way. Let's see if that's gonna work out. I guess he found a way to do that somehow. Yeah, it looked a bit scary, but he did. Well done. Being greeted with some dragons, but I guess those are not the ice dragons. Those are like the green ones that are not that difficult, but also not too weak. What were they called again? Something with W.
I think it's Y-bands.
Yeah, Y-bands, right. I can never remember those enemy names, you know. I got like my own names for them, you know, like some of the native birds. I call them the double kick birds. I don't know, I can't remember, for the love of God, I can't remember their names. I'm just calling them the double kick birds.
I think they're crows, but like, yeah, no, that double kick is what they do, and it just kills somebody every time.
Exactly, yeah.
I think the double kick is what they do.
You know, like, because you if you attack them quickly, you get like so few chances to actually catch the name below their sprite. So it's more like that you remember the attack they're doing, you know. So that's why I call them the double kick birds. RC didn't even know that. RC, you're trolling me, right?
It's gotta be.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I mean, it's green, white, blue, black dragon. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory if you look at the enemy. But you know, the double kick birds, they really don't look like crows, or like really oversized crows for that matter. Now I'm actually looking that up right now. Shoutouts to the ancient ref. What it's called? Ref Ancient Cave Net, whatever. All right, crow. They're really called crows. How about that? Really oversized crows. RC making fun of me. Okay. This guy. He already said to me earlier, prepare to be judged. So
That sounds
yeah.
about right.
Guess I'm gonna gonna have to take some quote unquote criticism later for my performance earlier.
Mike is on the White Dragon Salamander room.
Yeah, what is that Gusto sprite on Sinister Reign's screen? Is that Gusto level 3 or level 2?
Not sure. I hadn't seen it in a while.
Yeah, let me.
Worried about Mike here. He's fighting those two salamanders.
It's
gets
Gusto
out.
level 2, sorry.
Yeah. You're good. Mike sneaks past the salamanders and is now stuck between white dragons and salamanders.
That was a really lovely screen. Let's see how he's able to manage that. I remember Sinister Reign had, well, aside from his double deadlies, also the advantage of having one more character and level 32. Mike only having level 33 here and immediately getting the Sizzle Breath. That's no bueno. Luckily, Maxim surviving and actually able to not having to use that miracle, but well, it heals up the character nicely, so you know, no problem. I don't know what's stronger, Firebird or Sizzle Breath. Both are dealing a lot of damage as we see here. I guess they're somewhat equally bad. Oh, and there's the Flame Jewel. How about that? We quickly saw that while the level up screen was scrolling down, that those enemies have like a 20-ish% chance of dropping the Flame Jewel, I guess. Let me quickly look that up. And the Flame Jewel is some extra points for the Fatal Blowout tournament.
Oh, he didn't get in first on the stairs.
But he ran away, right?
Yes, but
Okay. Oh,
two
double
cold
cold
streams.
scream.
Decker
Yeah,
should be fine.
that's a bummer. Ah, item drops. There we go. Flame Jewel, Salamander, 20% chance. So each Salamander has a 20% chance of dropping the Flame Jewel. So not too uncommon of those enemies to drop a Flame Jewel. And even better if you get the Flame Jewel out of a forced encounter, like we just saw. Carly having to deal with that stupid Iron Gorms again. Hope he's... Yeah, he did it right now. Yes, that's how he actually should have done it the first time, that you lock those Iron Gorms behind the bushes. Always good to have some bushes, even in those small rooms, to be able to lock enemies behind them. At least enemies that are like walking, depending on how you walk. I don't know how you call that, but you know what I mean.
Yes. I believe Mike is in the room where the two plants were guarding the door. And Maxim just deadlied himself.
Well, that's something that can happen. And Sinister farming some Gorgon Rocks here. Really good choice. Not getting one yet, but I think there were some more Gorgons in that monster room. No, those were the only ones, but let's see how many chests he's gonna pick up. Maybe he will... No. He's like, dude, I got my Decker Blade, got my stuff, gonna leave you guys alone. If you don't have any more Gorgons for me, I'm out of here. Relative movement. Okay, thank you, RC. I was thinking of a more complicated or eloquent term, but, you know, I'll go with relative movement. Yes, no problem in chat if you have any questions about the cave. You know, other folks in chat are surely happy to help you out and give you information. And we're commentators also watching the chat as far as we can. So if you're interested, no worries. Feel free to chat away and ask your questions. And yeah, glad to hear if you're just here because this was your favorite game. For those who are just dropping in, we're playing Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals, the so-called gift mode, which you can unlock once you play it through the game twice. And the gift mode actually enables you to play a small side quest from the story mode, which is called the Ancient Cave, with a bonus that you can choose your party members freely. Small encounter there from Corley with those damn leeches. Well, not leeches, but the other guys. But yeah, I was saying the gift mode. So you can see that while the cave is de-randomized, the characters you choose are actually not randomized, but the player's choice. So we can see 4 different setups on how to go through the ancient cave today. And that's because some character setups will give you extra points. And some players maybe just prefer other party members. Like, you know, the standard party, just to clear that up for any newcomers, the most popular character party in the gift mode is Maxim, that one's mandatory, Decker, Guy, and Artie. Those are like the sort of strongest characters and the best combination to A, make it through the cave, and B, kill the jelly, the final boss of the ancient cave, which has almost 10,000 HP, and we have to kill it within 3 turns to gain some extra points.
I don't mean to cut you off, Bamboo,
Yeah.
but Sinister just picked up the Gators blade. I believe it's just feeding it.
No, I think it would be foolish to actually feed it. I think he's just trying to improve Gusto. Like, there's some optional points you can get. If you find a Gators blade and you feed it right away or you drop it, you get 15 points. Well, 15 points, not too bad, but the Gators blade also highly increases your chances. And yeah, that's what I was saying. Well, we'll still watch Sinister Rain, what he's doing there with feeding the Capsule monster. But yeah, we'll have to go through the ancient cave, kill the jelly to get some extra points, and while we are on their way there, the players can gain points by just progressing further down the cave, but also to fulfill some optional side quests, like for example, feeding away that Gators blade that Sinister Rain just found. Another Decker blade for Mike. He won't be needing that one. He found the one on floor 41 we had earlier. Two deadly and destroy miss. Yeah, Mitch, you saw the race earlier, right? I had 2 deadly, 2 destroy, 2 terror ball miss on the Silver Dragon. Now, talk to me again about deadlies missing.
It was pretty unlucky.
I don't know. Chances for that happening were really low. So many deadly misses. I mean, I'm still surprised I survived that fight. That Silver Dragon was behaving nicely, and the Copper too. So yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you know. Even that's the good thing, you know, if the cave behaves nicely. That if you get bad RNG, then at least the enemies are not doing their fatal attacks, but doing some stuff that just doesn't hurt you. That can happen. I think he didn't feed the Gators blade.
I don't think he did either. I didn't see it. But if you've got Guy, it's a great option for Guy for the jelly fight.
Oh, Sinister Rain caught some.
Ooh,
Okay,
nice.
he didn't have to fight that Archfiend, or possibly Archfiend. Maybe also just some, how called the other guys? The Ice Rogues?
Yeah, Dice Rogues, yeah.
Yeah.
Mitchie
Level
is saying
36.
that he fed it. He fed Gades. Gades
Oh,
wants fed,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't have Guy, so I'm guessing just not optimal considering his
Ah,
party setup.
yeah. I totally forgot about that. You're totally right. Gades, those 15 points from feeding the Gades blade are way better than invested with his party setup. Well, the Gades blade would be just useless to him because Gades blade can only, well, for those who are like not that familiar with the cave, Gades blade is a really strong item for most ancient cave attempts. However, Sinister opted to not take Guy with him but Selen, and so that means the Gades blade can only be used by Decker. However, Decker already found a Decker blade. He already found a Decker blade for Decker, so Decker is definitely using the sword that was so nicely named after himself, the so-called Decker blade, which is the strongest weapon against the final boss, the Jelly, which we will fight in, well, around 30-ish minutes. Let's hope we will fight him within those 30-ish minutes, if some of our runners will make it down to the Jelly in time.
Definitely getting close. In the upper 70s, lower 70s. Everyone who's fallen has caught back up mostly. It's just getting down to the wire.
Yeah, right now we also see Sinister is leading with 160 points. Mike was leading earlier, but now Sinister took the lead. Let's see. I guess feeding that Gades blade gave him a good boost, but also fulfilling some other tasks like getting surprised by the sirens, though Mike also did that. But he didn't use any healing tiles so far. And also some extra 10 points for Sinister, because he was the first one who reached floor 50, which is also some extra 10 points.
This party room Sinister's in is gonna look fun.
More chances for him to farm the Gorgon Rock.
Everybody crowding the stairs.
Well, lots of Gorgons, that's good. Those Genies shouldn't be a problem. Again, he has, okay, only a single
That
Genie
bush.
anyway.
That bush is in the perfect spot.
Yeah, good for him. Both deadlies missing, though. Luckily, those Genies have a high chance of just defending and not doing anything at all. Not doing anything dangerous at all. Well, they have some really strong spells, though. So if you get... He's using a Terror Ball on those Genies. That's an interesting choice. Oh, and he also has Destroy for Selen. So he's actually wielding a triple... No, it's only Perish. Okay, I stand corrected. You know, because Selen can also... Well, she can also carry a deadly weapon, but... can also cast those I'm just calling them deadly spells now, which are Perish, which has a 25% chance to kill an enemy if you single target them, and there's also the other deadly spell which is called Destroy, which has a 50% chance of single if it's single target to kill an enemy. But yeah, we see the deadly weapons by RD and Maxim making quick work of those enemies there, which is not only good to save time, but also to not having any party members killed, because there's something we didn't talk about yet. We want to reach the Jelly with 100% of our IP stats.
Yeah, you definitely need your IP to do your special weapon special weapon, armor, and rock abilities to help you get through that massive chunk of HP that the jelly has.
Absolutely, and there are still some chances that your characters may die and lose their IP again. But we see it's like the lowest bar, which is which has IP standing right in front of it. And those are called the Ikari points. And yeah, those Ikari points are needed to cast the special abilities of your weapons and chests and so on.
I always just called it item points.
What's that?
I always just called it item points. I didn't know it was
Item
it had an
points.
actual
Okay.
name. I didn't know it had
Yeah.
an actual name.
No, it's called Ikari points. I think Ikari means something like rage or something like that. I think it's actually a Japanese word for rage or something like that. RC surely can correct me in the chat if I'm mistaken.
RC's already scolded me in the chat.
Anger points. Okay, rage is pretty close. Okay, I remember it's something about being angry and whatnot, you know? And yeah, how do we get those Ikari points? Well, with every enemy hit, our Ikari point bar gets higher. And when our character dies, the Ikari bar gets depleted again. And of course, every special attack that requires Ikari points depletes them as well. So with Sinister entering floor 86, only 13 floors away from the final floor with a jelly in it, he really wants to make sure to not have any of his party members die right now. Because that would be quite a severe time loss if he had to intentionally fill up his IP bar again. Exactly what Mitchell Vold is saying. If your character has full health and gets hit, the Ikari points are filling up fewer. If your character is already quite low-ish on health and he takes a hit, the Ikari point bar is filling up more. Some more feeding on Mike's screen. Not getting his capsule monster to... Ah, there we go.
Oh.
Just one bar missing. Feeding the Circon blade. Guess he had to unequip that to actually make that last bit happening. Now we got Darby level 4. That's a pretty decent damage dealer. Not only for the jelly fight, but also for some upcoming fights. He will be in the cave for a little bit more. Also in that treasure room here, trying to get some more chests without getting beaten up by those genies. Let's hope he will be able to solve that situation. Because some of the enemies are sort of like, I always say sniffing you, you know, like those genies. If you get into their activation focus center, what have you, they are following you. A nice sizzle smash. Dude, Darby level 4. Such a beast.
It's always great to see it.
Yeah. But now that Genie sniffed him, we're talking about Mike's screen at the bottom right corner, and he'll have to make sure he's safely gotten away from him. Nice. He was able to make them stuck behind those chests to get out of their activation radius and leaving the room safely without any additional encounters. So he was able to get only the encounters he wanted, which were the ones with the Gorgons in them. Unfortunately, not getting any Gorgon rocks, so may have to farm some more Gorgons later to get those extra points. I don't know if he needs the Gorgon rock for the kill. He has Decker. Yeah, he has Decker Blade on Decker.
He could uncurse the deadly sword, and then he has to have Guy do something.
Yeah, it's like gonna be really close regarding the jelly kill for him. I don't know if it's really worth getting those 15 extra points for only running with 3 party members as opposed to getting the jelly kill, which gives an extra of 50 points. we'll see. Terminate on Mike's screen, dude. Barbie on fire. And now we see Sinister. I don't know if that was intentional. He has to fight some silver dragons. Those guys are really much scarier than the copper dragons. Making quick work of them with the deadly weapons. How about that? Oh yeah, there was some dragon. Oh, is he like XP farming? It seems like he's XP farming. Because he didn't have to fight those dragons. We're talking about Sinister Rain on the bottom left there.
Maybe he's trying to get the copper dragon. His IP's pretty full.
Yeah. But Decker is still missing a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just some experience. Those dragons are giving you lots of experience, and a few extra levels actually help on damage output, but also on durability on those higher floors. Entering floor 89 here, so he still has some chances to fill up that last bit for Decker. He definitely needs 100% IP points for Decker for the Fatal Blow. Without that, he won't be able to kill the Jelly. And let's see, is he getting some extra points for being the first to kill the Jelly? No, but he'll get actually 10 extra points if he's able to kill the Jelly within the next 20 minutes before the timer hits 2 hours. There's the gold dragon, conveniently placed a single gold dragon right in front of him, which he gladly will take with him. Already one-shotting him right away. Beautifully done. And that's 20 extra points for Sinister because he killed a gold Gorem earlier and now the gold dragon. Double gold makes 20 points extra.
Oh,
really
we talked
good.
about it earlier. The Gades blade. Mike found it and picked it up. Maybe that's what his guy is going to use.
Ah, sure, yeah. While totally useless to Sinister, it's actually quite mandatory even for Mike if he wants to do the Jelly kill.
I'd forgotten that the Gades blade was even in. It was there and then it was gone so fast.
Yeah, I was always watching somewhere else while the Gades blades have been picked up. So what floor was it? About 75-ish?
Yeah, somewhere in the 70s. So that between 75 and like 77.
Okay. Yeah, like Eve said, like feeding a Gades blade with a free-man character setup where you have Guy with you, no freaking way that you're feeding away the Gades. Those 50 extra points for the Jelly kill, Mike definitely wants to have them. Actually might be his only chance to keep up with Sinister Rain here, who has, well, a decent lead on Mike right now. If you want to look up the current points standing in a detailed view, you can type !points and you will get a link to our Google Sheet where our tracker Michi, shout out to Michi and thank you, is actually tracking all the progress for all runners.
Sinister Rain picked up an old sword. That's a great Jelly item. I don't remember if he got a Cancer Rock or not. I could do it too. Sinister Rain did get a Cancer Rock, so that's an option for that old sword Sinister Rain picked up for the Jelly.
Oh yeah, beautiful combo. I had that in my run in the last race too. An old sword is dealing 1/6 fraction. It's so difficult for me to pronounce. Like freak. How do you guys do that?
Look, it's wrong is how I do it. I do it wrong too. I understand the struggle.
I just cannot pronounce it for the love of God. So 1/6 of the enemy's HP, of the Jelly's HP, is depleted by using the old sword IP attack. And then you still have enough IP to cast... Ooh, a double gold dragon on Sinister Rain. No, thank you. We're getting away here. And then you still have enough IP to cast the Cancer Rock attack, which just lets you attack twice instead of once. Still, 1/6. Thank you, RC. That's actually a good way to avoid having to pronounce 1/6. Gusto really wants to make those gold dragons going away, but not enough damage. Not barely enough. Those have like 2000 HP or something, and they have so much defense. It's amazing. It's like insane to kill them.
And they
without
attack
at least
3 times.
Oh boy, yeah. it's a bummer. I guess you can say 1/6, yeah. Anyhow, Mike now having to battle through that stuffed room with all the genies in it and the chests as well. Having a single genie there, that's good. And he also got some Gorgons coming his way. Maybe he will have better chances than Sinister and actually get a... Oh no, Sinister got the Gorgon Rock drop. Sorry, I didn't even catch that. But yeah, we have Sinister with a Cancer Rock? Did he pick that up in the chest? I didn't see him getting that earlier. But we have Sinister with a Cancer Rock and a Gorgon Rock, so that's pretty decent setup. I think Sinister should have a... Well, unless he gets like really awful RNG, he should have a safe kill on the Jelly.
Yeah, I think it's down to IP farm.
Yeah, he still need to fill up that last piece for Decker.
Lovely Copper Dragon just all by itself.
Yeah. Nah, never. Well, it can take a while, but he still has 15-ish minutes to get down there, so... and his level is pretty good, so he's not... he doesn't have to be afraid for the dragon to kill Salon in a single strike. He rather has to be afraid of Gusto killing the Copper Dragon. No. But seriously, we got Sinister Rain with the Decker Blade on Decker. We got... Cancer Rock on Maxim? Does that make sense? And Arncur's Deadly Rod for Audi and Salon. I don't know what the heck Salon is doing. Maybe Thunder? Gonna be interesting. Well, and luckily Artie is faster than the dragon, so he can stay within the fight. And there's the Cinderblast. So now Decker has full IP. Actually, all his party members have full IP. He should... Oh, that was risky. If the Deadly Rod would have missed, the dragon could have casted Cinderblast again, and then his IP farm would have started all over again. A little bit of risky play there, but maybe he wants to save time. We'll see.
Super Sword, maybe Selin uses that.
Does that have the 3 times attack? No, I think it's like a hit all IP attack. I think a Crystal Wand would have been actually better in that case, because the Crystal Wand has the 3 times attack. I think Super Sword's IP attack is just hit all enemies with the Holy Element, and hitting all enemies' attacks are not beneficial for the Jelly,
yeah,
since the Jelly is a single target. And yeah, now you really gotta make sure he's not getting any unwanted encounters where he's gonna get beat up by... boy, that Sinister... what? Okay, whew. Luckily, that Dark Summoner did follow him into the next room. Those can get stuck in the doorways, and then they can screw you up big time. Oh man, that was a little... That was exciting there. Meanwhile, Mike getting a really interesting situation there between those genies. I don't know if he probably planned that come out a little differently. Maybe gonna ask him later about what he was doing there. But I hear RC is gonna do some analysis on the failed blowout runs anyway, so yeah, we might eventually find out what was happening there. Sinister moved in a way where the summoner wouldn't get stuck. How about that? Looked a little arbitrary to me, but nevertheless, a good thing that it worked. And I don't know why Sinister casted the Parish on the Copper Dragon. Maybe he was too sure that they would actually kill the Silver Dragon. Luckily, Maxim hitting, and Decker also hitting with a terror ball. Good call. Making his way through there. Hopefully finding the stairs over there. Ah, boy. Another... you don't want to have those narrow hallways. Like, those 2-tile narrow hallways. Dragons, those teleporting dark summoners, it's really a pain. You really gotta be very careful on where you step and what you're doing. They can easily screw you up. Enemies on this level of the cave are very lethal. Luckily, getting eventually the pattern way, he can leave that narrow hallway and progressing through that floor.
And the stairs are there. Whew.
Level 96. Another guy is played. Dude, who picked out that seed? How about that? RC, what is happening here? What did you do? Alright. Feeding his gusto to level 4. Level 3 should be the horse. Yeah. The horse with wings. And now level 4 is becoming that weird... I don't know what that is. Like... Gusto level 4. We will see it shortly. There we go. Fire Dagger. How can you feed Fire Dagger on level 3? That you get that item so early. How is it even valuable enough to be fed on level 3? Anyhow, now we have Gusto level 4 on the bottom left. Weird looking little guy. And he needs the Earth Root. Now we're actually getting the M form. Ha! Didn't think of that. And now we got Gusto, that weird dragon-ish thingy. Can actually deal some damage on the jelly. Let's see if that's going to be beneficial for Sinister. The diaper giant, exactly. RC. Yeah, well fit.
This looks like he's just looking for the stairs now. Just ready to go get this kill.
Absolutely, yeah. You got 12 minutes left on the clock, but really not much else for him to do. On floor 88 onwards, there are only dragons and those dark summoners spawning, and they're not dropping anything. They're just like good for for XP farming if you still need it, or IP farming. Oh boy, Kali getting beaten up again by a double silver dragon. I think that's it for him this time. 3 deaths in 1 hour 50. GG to Kali in the chat there. I think he did his best, and I think it's really cool that he even got down to the 80s again. Had a really rough patch, rough start. Glad he made his way throughout the cave once again, though. And actually with Meats, who also died an hour ago, not being too far behind Mike and Sinister. Let's see if he'll actually be able to catch up with them. If he's able to enter the final floor before the 2-hour mark, it's still possible for him to kill the jelly, and he still has time to equip and everything. So he'll have to make sure he's quick on his toes now, because yeah, the clock is ticking. I don't know if he still needs items. I don't know why he's opening chests. Huh. I didn't really watch out for Meats. Maybe he wants to get that Gorgon Rock. Yeah, it seems like he wants to get that Gorgon Rock. Meats did run with a normal party, right? Yeah, no, he got Tia instead of Guy. Okay.
No rock.
Did he get it?
No, he did not. It didn't drop.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm out of here. Give me those stairs. He has to be quick on his toes now. Like 14 floors left and 9 minutes on the time left. So not too much time for him. Yeah, that's why he's skipping the chests and going directly into those stairs if they are presented to him. He really got to make sure that he's down at the jelly before that 2-hour mark if he still wants to have some impact on that race. I mean, Kali pretty much done here with 125 points. That's not going anywhere anymore. Meanwhile, Sinister having trouble here with a 3-tile hallway and a fat dragon in front of his face. Really has to precautiously make sure that the dragon isn't going to be in his way and raining on his parade. So better be safe than sorry. He's not taking the 50-50 opportunity that the dragon is granting him right now. He's carefully waiting for the dragon till he's either coming all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. Right now, the dragon is just erratically moving up and down. That's what we not want to have. So, boy.
This dragon will not cooperate.
Yeah. Well, there's the chance. Oh, why isn't he encountering it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Well played. Oh no!
Is this the same hallway?
Oh, Jesus. The same as with the crow kelps?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it. Or at least very familiar, yeah. Dude, he's got to cut that bush, man. There's no way the stairs are in the middle room. Let's go for it. That's a gold one. Yeah, he's taking his chance with the gold dragon. Hopefully the deadlies are hitting. Let's go, Artie. Okay, good girl. Good boy. Whatever version of the game you're playing. And you should be careful though with casting deadly spells on the copper dragon since they can cast mirror. I self-destroyed myself in the last run by casting destroy on a copper dragon which had mirror. Alright, let's see. Stairs. There's the stairs! There we go. That's floor 98, last floor for Sinister Rain. He's full IP. He really has good items to be done with the jelly within those 3 turns and collect those extra 50 points. So far, he's also leading with 210 points. Let's see if he can find the stairs. Meanwhile, Mike being in the same room, I guess. Also suffering from some dragons here being stuck behind that door. Looks weird and unfamiliar. There we go. Stairs for Sinister Rain. Let's go. Ooh, double gold dragon on Mike's screen. Why not want to have that? Oh yeah, actually, Mike being right behind Sinister Rain here. That's awesome. Gonna be really close between those two. Mike opting to explore the other part of the cave again. I don't know what he wants to do there. Having way more trouble with those dragons, of course, since he only has Maxim with a deadly weapon. But yeah, let's watch Sinister Rain for a little bit here, I guess, until we see the setup. Super Sword on Selen. That's interesting.
Eve said earlier in chat, Super Sword does have a 3x on it. So,
also the Maxim with Cancer. That's good. Decker Blade on Decker. Gorgon Rock. Yes, Gorgon Rock on the girls. That's smart. Okay, that's actually a 4 times fractional for 4 times fractional for Sinister Rain here. Okay, let's see how he's playing that.
Last
Should
5
be...
minutes.
Yeah. Less RNG for Sinister Rain. Oh no, Selen doesn't have a Gorgon Rock. She only has like a normal spell. There we go, Gusto with a 144. Quicker than Artie even. That's awesome. Thunder dealing some good damage. Another 300-ish damage from Thunder from Selen. You don't want to deal too much damage, so the fractionals. Now we saw them hitting. Oh, that's a good deadly blow roll. Oh no, it isn't. That was 12%. I thought that was a good roll, but we had a 88% roll on that old sword and a 12% roll on the fail blow. I thought that was better. But there we have another 22% roll from Artie. But we have Sizzle Slash from Maxim. That's going to deal some damage. Gonna be close for Sinister here. I think the Fatal Blow roll kind of ruined it for him. You want the Fatal Blow roll to have to deal lots of damage. I hope somebody else is typing in the calculator right now because I messed up my damage counting here. But that holy energy was important. Ah, really close. Decker. Oh, barely making it. Woo! I don't even know. That was like really close. That was actually Gusto helping him to eventually defeat the jelly. Yeah, 10,000. So the jelly has 9,980 HP, and he actually dealt 10,128 damage with the last hit. That was the last hit. So it was really flicking close. GG to Sinister Rain for killing the jelly. 330 points. Dude, that's a lot of points.
That's impressive.
Really impressive. And yeah, first one finishing the cave here. I guess that deal is sealed. So Sinister Rain will be progressing on through the finals. Really well played here, wielding the double deadly setup with standard party and Seln instead of Guy. Awesome job there, GG to Sinister.
So Meats is now caught up.
Also being in that awful room there. Also seeing if he can go somewhere else. Hopefully he's but I think in the 2 minutes he won't be able to go to the jelly. I think that's not in the cards.
It's very unlikely, yeah. And I believe Mike is setting up for a jelly, right?
Yeah. He has to. We have Decker Blade on Decker. That's a safe call. Gady's Blade on Guy. Well, understandably. And Maxim, what does he have for Maxim? Did he get the old sword?
I don't know if he has an old sword or an uncursed deadly sword.
Darby level 4, that's important. I think for the IP farming, he switched back to Darby level 4. To Darby 3. Okay, last RNG for Mike and his jelly fight. So he has old sword with opening with a battle cry. And let's see the rolls. I think that roll wasn't too good. That was a 38% roll on the Maxim battle cry and a 35% roll on a fatal blow. I guess with that bad RNG, I guess the jelly kill is not in the cards. Unless Darby is really like pulling off his A game now. Power Gordon guy, dude, that's desperate. I'm not a Power Gord fan. Well, he has about 3,000 damage left to deal. I think with a good attack from Darby, it could be possible. Nope, single attack. Darby! Jesus. Bad capsule monster.
And that's time.
Yeah. Really, usually you can expect more from Darby. Dude! There we go!
Wow!
Nice job.
Wow!
Mike still with the kill. Gaining those 50 extra points. And yeah, I just wanted to say really close behind Sinister Rain. Oh boy. If he was actually a few seconds faster, he would have gained 10 extra points for defeating the jelly before the 2-hour mark, and then he would have won that race. Jesus, that was super duper close. Well, considering Mitch, our tracker, got everything right, we may have to double check later, but GG to Mike. And Meats, he got beaten up in that stupid floor there. He left the party early. Understandably, I'd be also really pissed if I was in his shoes. But yeah, we saw, I think, a great performance throughout those two runners. And I didn't think Mike would be able to catch up that closely to Sinister. So yeah, shoutouts to both of those runners. Great show.
It's a great.
Yeah,
Oh
guys.
yeah, Mike
Oh,
also
go
got the double gold challenge, the gold Gorms and the gold dragon. Yeah, that was some extra points for him there.
Cheat
All
sheets
right.
all around.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to Bamboo and Voodoops there for wonderful commentary. That was a heck of a race. I cannot believe how close that was. My goodness, that was what a great first day of races for Fatal Blowout. That's so exciting. I can't believe Mike pulled off that kill. That was just unbelievable.
Insane.
Yeah, I think that as far as I know, that's the first 3-man jelly kill in Fatal Blowout, at least. So that's very impressive. But yeah, that's it for today. If you are interested in the Ancient Cave, please come check out our Discord. You can type !AC Discord in the chat, and a link will pop up for that. If you'd like to see more races, we will be back next Saturday starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. Just like today, we've got 2 more preliminary races. And then after that, the following week, we will have our wild card race and the finals. Thanks, everybody. Thanks all the commentators and the runners and everybody behind the scenes. As always,